So I want to welcome you to the Beloved Community Church and Mary's service of lament for slain babies and children who have been killed due to genocidal violence. Now, you may already know who Beloved Community is, but you may not know who Mary is. Mary started 2 years ago. It was just me and a friend named Jean Tom, who was a United Food and Commercial Workers organizer at this time. And there was just really difficult stuff happening in our community. And while the movement so far has provided a lot of tools around organizing, it felt like some of the spiritual tools that we needed to cope with what was happening were not there. So we decided to start this group. So Mary stands for Movement for Ancestors Regenerating Youth. And it's because a lot of times when we feel that we're by ourselves, we're actually not. That our ancestors are always surrounding us. And so actually when it started was March 2022, when my firstborn daughter would have been turning 8 years old, but she passed away on her 3rd day of life. And also a good friend of mine, Dr. David Powell, his mother had just passed away, and his mom's name is Mary. So that was kind of the inspiration for the acronym. And so, you know, at that time, Jean actually ended up moving to Mexico, and then I got a job with the Central Coast Climate Justice Network, so we weren't able to do a whole lot with Mary. But now that the genocide, several genocides have been happening in Palestine, Sudan, Tigray, Congo, and then what's happening here in our very own country, our role in those genocides, our role in young Black people being killed by the police in this country, young brown people, also immigrant kids dying by trying to cross the border, and our unjust immigration policies. We said now is the time to call in our ancestors and really move Mary forward. So there's several, it's honestly mostly women who have been putting this together. And so after the service of lament, there will be a potluck, and then we will have time to do another prayer circle. Many of you were here for the first one that happened a couple weeks ago. We'll be able to pray together and visit the altar. Just a few guidelines I want to share. One is, just because I'm speaking, I'm not wearing it right now, but after I'm done speaking, I'm going to put this on. COVID is actually at its highest peak since Omicron was discovered. So we do have masks over in the altar room. However, if you brought your own, feel free to use those. Also, I mean, you all know this, just be respectful with the altar. There's lots of stories there of kids who have been killed. Not only how they were killed, but actually how they lived their lives and what they dreamed about when they were alive. So just, you know, hold these stories close to your heart and share them. You can take pictures as long as you share them in a good way. And so welcome again. Thank you for being here, and love you all.
Assalamu alaikum. You know there. Yes, you are with them. Hay un nombre que cambia todo temor, hay un que consuela el más intenso dolor. todas también. Sarah has a few announcements before we hear from Barb. Sarah Allen.
So, I am Sarah Allen, and probably met some of you, probably very many people here, probably not all of you. So I came to Beloved Community through my fiance, Matt Rowe, who most of you probably know more than me, but, yes, so today is January 23rd. I want to say hello and welcome to everyone on Zoom. Glad you're joining us if you can't be here in person. And as we already kind of heard from so too, we're going to be doing an event for our ancestors, and we're generating new invites all members of the community to gather at the interfaith altar. We're going to be honoring the babies and children killed by genocidal violence. So we've kind of already heard a little bit about what that will look like, and we're really glad that we can embrace that, and for all of you to embrace your heartfelt offerings at the altar. So anything from candles, flowers, fresh herbs. For the last 2 Wednesdays, we have been in prayer as a community, and we will again spend time in prayer this coming Wednesday. So please log on to the Zoom on Wednesday on the spirit of vulnerable spiritual engagement. That's at 7 p.m. on the Wednesday Zoom link. Next Sunday, the Jesus Collective and Beloved Community Church will be resuming back on Zoom, so we will be here in this space next Sunday. And that's, of course, at 10 a.m. And we also want to urge the whole community and everyone here today that supports Jesus Collective and Beloved Community that we really want to start off contributions to our community in 2024. We want to start off in the black, so whatever you feel you can give or would like to give to this community, I'm clear about it, but we want to really start off 2024 supporting our community strong. We also, again, after the ceremony today, we want to talk about just being in community with each other over all the food that people have brought. So please stick around, enjoy something to eat, and if you're around to help clean up, we welcome that kind of support as well. But thank you to everyone who brought really wonderful refreshments for us to kind of gather around after this. Today's quote comes from Martin Niemöller. So I'm going to read his life so you can read it. So first they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, but I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. That was from Pastor Martin Niemöller in 1946. And before we move on to the next portion of our time together, please take a moment to say hi, introduce yourselves. We have a lot of people here today, so say hi to someone you don't know. Say for everyone on Zoom.
Are you doing a meeting? No. So praise and mercy? So that's it?
Paging Barb Barnett. All right. Everybody, this is my friend and hopefully yours, will be yours if not already. She is our friend, I assure you. And a week ago, Barb was at a conference for with Jewish Voice for Peace, and I asked her to, we communicated. I said, no, would you mind just sharing something about that? So, Barb, can we welcome Barb Parmet, everybody?
Thank you all. Thank you all for welcoming me. And Pastor Moore, it's been such a pleasure exchanging ideas and thoughts and feelings together. And I appreciate your bringing forward a lot of the process we at Jewish Voice for Peace are going through. And we wanted to share this paragraph that Pastor Moore asked me to read. Before October 7th, Jewish Voice for Peace had spent a year reorganizing chapters throughout the country and talking to our community organizers and members, surveying what had been working and what had not been working, and coming up with a new internal structure on how to organize. Jewish Voice for Peace was much smaller then, and so a small conference was called and planned to come together this year. But after October 7th, the membership expanded exponentially, and I'm sure you know why. After Gaza, thousands all over the country called for ceasefire now. And Jewish Voice for Peace was a part of that, supporting our Palestinian brothers and sisters. Some chapters in New York and Washington and LA have had hundreds of new members. The completely new and unexpected challenge was to figure out how to take in so many people who were willing to be arrested as they called for ceasefire, while integrating them into the culture of the organization and all the contradictions that implied. So the nature of the conference changed dramatically. We shifted to organizing the organizers, including many young college students and younger Jews who wanted to be part of the struggle. So while organizing massive sit-ins and direct actions of various kinds all over the country, the national leadership was reorganizing the conference by the seat of their collective pants. The amazing result was a conference with young Jews, Black Jews, Palestinian Jews, Mizrahi Jews, Sephardi Jews, along with a huge number of queer, cultural, and art practitioners with our elder culture of radical Jewish anti-Zionists. The result was miraculous. We sang and danced and grieved together while we integrated and discussed together how to struggle together to fight for Palestinians to be treated as human beings with equal rights. I will add that JVP made this conference free to all who applied and were accepted as representatives of their chapters. They offered travel stipends, as well, so our East Coast and Midwest organizers could join us. JDP wanted no financial barriers to stop people from coming. This was a gorgeous miracle. Thank you. And if anyone has questions on the work we've done or plan to do, just see me afterwards. Thank you so much.
Barbara mentioned that the event became something of a spiritual thing as well. And she told me that she was enthusiastic about sharing with me that they sang this song that I know many of you know, so we're not going to have the words up there. I shall not be moved. Farah has a poem. I became familiar with this poem just a couple of weeks ago. She's known it much longer, and I'll let her present this poem.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be with everyone today. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. My name is Farah Johanstack. I live on the ancestral and unceded Chumash lands here in Santa Barbara. I am one of the organizers with Mary Movement for Ancestors Regenerating Now. Pastor Moore kindly invited me to share a poem with you all today, and I gladly accepted. It's truly an honor to read this poem. As I've immersed myself in advocacy and activism, participating in various spaces and rallies to support Palestine and other occupied regions around the world, the verses of the poem I'm about to share with you have resonated through the streets, through our hearts. They've been inscribed on posters, passionately chanted, and even taken to the skies on kites. This poem is called If I Must Die, written by Palestinian poet Professor and organizer Rafayette Al-Awir. Rafayette was a father of 6 children. He was a husband, he was a brother. Rafayette Al-Awir was targeted and murdered by Israeli bombing on December 6, 2023. He was 44 years old. His brother Salah with son Muhammad and his sister Asma with 3 of her children, Allah, Yahya, and Muhammad, were also among those killed in the same airstrike. Their bodies are still under the rubble in Gaza. This poem has been translated into dozens of languages and read around the world to commemorate his life and memory as an act of outrage and resistance against the attempt to extinguish Palestinian life. His poetry and love for language implore us to continue the fight for a free Palestine and a free world for all. If I Must Die by Rafayat Al-Awir. If I must die, you must live to tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and some strings. Make it white with a long tail, so that a child somewhere in Gaza, while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze, and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself, sees the kite, my kite you made, flying up above, and thinks for a moment an angel is there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope, let it be a tale. Thank you.
Thank you, Farah. We appreciate you, and we appreciate this poet who is no longer with us, but is still among us. We're going to come up here. It's just a delight to see all of you here today. We're going to hear from whom many of us know as Sophia. She is Halima Fadila. She was born in a small village just north of Jerusalem. As a Santa Barbara resident for more than 30 years, she has given her heart to her community. Her activism centers on the political and social rights of Palestinians, drawing attention to their struggle and strength while advocating for the fundamental return of their homelands. She draws experience from the psychological and social dynamics of human interaction. Working as a registered behavioral technician for almost 20 years, Sophia has now taken the opportunity to pursue her own goals. She is an active member of the steering committee for the Central Coast Anti-War Coalition, the Hate Crime Prevention Network in Santa Barbara, and previously served as the chapter coordinator for CARE, Central Coast. She can frequently be seen working with local and global organizations such as Save the Children and United Nations Relief and Works Agency to maintain the humanitarian corridor in Gaza while working towards a permanent ceasefire for the region. Sophia's religious and social beliefs are built on respect, cherishing human life, and an appreciation for the moments that define us. May this be one such moment. Let's welcome Sophia.
Ahmed Ibrahim. Ahmed Muhammad Ibrahim, they lived here, they were born here and lived here and with their family for the past 25 years. So they are local. Thank you for coming. If eventually I'm going to read a poem and in a letter sent from them to their friends in Gaza. But first of all, I just want to say I'm deeply honored and grateful for the opportunity I was given to be part of this peace-loving delegation. Thank you, Pastor Moore, and others for generously volunteering time, support, and honor lost life while they defending their homeland, freedom, and the right to exist against injustice, brutal, and Zionist regime. Thank you. To my friend in Palestine, Gaza, I am so sorry your childhood was taken away from you. I am so sorry the leader of the world came away from you. I am sorry the world failed you. I am sorry. I am sorry. Your pain is my pain, but I wake up to alarm clock. You wake up to a sound of bombs. I wake up to my mom saying, you are going to be late to school. I wake up to your mom voice, hurry, we need to move. I brush my teeth, you brush off the wound. I wash my face, you wash the blood. I go to school, you go to war. I watch the news, you are the news. I scream free Palestine, you scream for help. We are both children at the same age. I am privileged and you are oppressed. Nothing I can do, but I do promise you, I promise you, and I promise you that I will keep you in my prayer. I promise you I will stand up for you. I promise you I will raise my voice for you. I promise you I will never give up on you. I will promise you that you will be free and Palestine will be free. Till that time, don't give up and stay strong. I just felt.
You want a card?
I just wanted to share with you a history, a quick history about the war in Palestine and maybe what caused it. Because probably some of you guys are not familiar with the history of it. So, before 1948, Palestine was under British colonization. Without permission from the native Palestinians, the land was given to the Jewish people through the Zionist movement to establish a Jewish settler colony named Israel. This was heavily supported and funded by the West. As a result, in 1948, more than 800 Palestinians were ethnically cleansed from the land through mass murder and forced evictions. This called the Nakba, meaning catastrophe. Through Israel apartheid, the settler colony of Israel maintained control over Palestinians and continued to steal land through brutal systems of apartheid operated by Israel occupation forces. Palestinians are geographically categorized into 5 groups. The five groups are the West Bank, Gaza, East Jerusalem, Israel territories, and those in exile. Each group has priority. Each group has varying level of freedom and right. Most have no right at all. There is now over 6 million Palestinian refugees in over the world, many of whom not allowed to return to Palestine. Israel has violated and continue violating international laws. Gaza is under siege, victims to relentless aerial bombarding, targeting hospitals, schools, mass churches, refugee camps, and journalists. Just to add, up to now, Israel targeted 110 journalists so far. Like, for example, in Ukraine, for a whole year, we lost just 22 journalists, just to compare the severity of the situation. Using white phosphor in heavily populated civilian area and forcing over 1 million people to flee their home. At the same time, the Israeli military has bombed designated eviction routes and the South Gaza Strip while shooting Palestinians as they seek medical care, shelter, and flee south. Over 2 million Palestinians live in Gaza. Most of them are kids. Over the past 107 days, under 30,000 Palestinians have been killed. The majority killed have been women and older individuals. Almost 12,000 were killed. Over 60,000 have been injured. Just by the way, those statistics from the United Nations. Gaza has become graveyard for kids. As the Israel war on Gaza continues, more innocent lives are lost and traumatized. This war created heartache in Palestinians and impacts our vibrant community in Santa Barbara. So, as an American, I feel like, I hope you agree with me too, we all call upon all people of consciousness to demand an end of this aerial bombardment and ground invasion of Gaza and ask for ceasefire. Thank you for your time.
I had originally asked Sophia if she would field any questions anyone might have, and I'm kind of wondering right now if she's given enough, and maybe I don't want to ask too much of you.
No, it's okay.
It's okay? Okay, well, can you come back to the microphone? And I just have this remark. I want to thank the world of Palestinians, those 5 groups that you mentioned, for being in solidarity with African Americans in our oppression. When militarized police invaded Ferguson, and the people there were novices when it came to dealing with tear gas. Palestinians were tweeting people in Ferguson how to deal with it, how to survive, how to function, and carrying banners, Black Lives Matter. So, my sister, I feel.
Every life matter. Every life.
Yes. Palestinians get that. Yeah. Palestinians get that. So is there someone who wanted to raise a question? David.
Thank you so much for coming and for your presentation. I just want to say to you how painful it has always been for me that the bombs that are dropped on the Palestinians say made in USA. I can't tell you how outraged I am about that.
Yeah, the amount of bombs were dropped on Gaza so far is probably, if you collectively go back in the history and see bombs they will use like during every war that every people went through or human being went through is not even equal to what was dropped in Gaza. It's extremely brutal what's going on. Sometimes I feel I want to describe it, but I can't find the word for it. I don't know how to describe it. It's overwhelming, and I don't find any word in the dictionary, the English dictionary, to describe what's going on in Gaza. It's even over genocide, a lot in 4 months, to lose over 12,000 kids, and up to now almost 30, around under 30 people were killed in 4 months. This is almost 3,000 kids a month, and collectively we're talking about probably 5,000 person a month. That's a lot of human being lost. God doesn't want us, or Allah, the way we believe God, pressure our life, our soul. He created us to live and survive, and He value our lives because we are part of Him, and we have Him in us. So to kill those lives like you're killing God in us. Yes. Question?
Are there any local politicians who you think get it, or sort of understanding?
Welcome, Helena Gadara. We are lucky to have her around. She will be running against Carvajal. She could probably share.
Thank you all for being here. I wasn't expecting to talk today. And I just say that you all give me hope that we, as human beings, help our leaders to find humanity. Okay? So I'm not a politician. I'm a school teacher. I'm a caretaker. But I'm doing this because I believe in humanity. And I believe that we need to educate Americans about what our government is doing and what it has done in the past, right? And I'm a child of an immigrant. My mom's from Brazil. My grandfather was from Italy. And so I have this background of me that knows a different America than most American people. And I've been a peace activist all my life since college. So I can't say I don't know what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is I'm standing up for humanity, peace, and justice, and for children, for women, for men, for families. And I know that there are more of us than the corporate, military, industrial complex. And once we find our voice and come together, we will have a society that is just for all people. So thank you for being here, and thank you. I've always searched for a community because I'm spiritual and not religious, and I always hated the hypocrisy of Christian churches that talk, but they don't walk the talk, right? And so Pastor Moore, when I saw you at the courthouse the other day, I knew you were on the right path. And so I'm just grateful that I feel like I've found a place where I can be who I am and follow what I believe in. And so thank you for having me here today.
Questions? Thank you.
I was aware of a group in Seattle that was blocking should I use my okay. Of a group in Seattle that was blocking the shipment of bombs to Israel, and I'm aware of Raytheon here in town. Is there any work kind of going into disrupting Raytheon and Lockheed here in town?
Yes, Raytheon actually has an office at UCSB. So with the anti-coalition, the local branch in Santa Barbara, I didn't see Marcy. I hope she's wonderful. So we Central Coast Anti-War Coalition. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. You get nervous when you get up here sometimes. Heart doesn't scream as it. So with the Anti-War Coalition, right? So yes, we went and we wrote them a letter several times, and we engaged with them. Of course, we didn't get the best response we were waiting for. So yes, once in a while we go and demonstrate in front of their offices. So if there's anything we could do and you could help us to reach out to them, definitely, yes, please help us with that. Yes.
To that point, I just wanted to ask Elise, because it's a way transparent again. How can we here be of service to the anti-war coalition, to the work that you're already doing? Because I know many times societally, as people of color, women of color, victims of violence are left with a load too large to even put into words, and so as a collective, in true solidarity, that means we all carry the load together. So how can we be of service to support all the great work that you're doing in order to relieve the load and be truly supportive, walking the talk, and have you and all who are working with you to feel the love that you deserve beyond work?
The local chapter for Anti-War Coalition was created by Marcy, and we were added to becoming added to the committee. So she started the work, and I'll give her full credit for that. And eventually, probably if you like, you could sign up to volunteer for it, and we could maybe email you an event going on. When the event, me met Pastor, he volunteered to speak after I sent him a message, and we were able to meet each other. He met Helena. So it's about networking, and maybe we could reach out to you guys if for any update. So if you could, maybe we could have a sign-up sheet. Yes, and I could pass it to Marcy to update, we could update the list, and we'll be part of it. And other organizations would have Jewish Voice for Peace with Barbara. She's amazing too. So yeah, collectively working together, breaking a bread together, we're going to make a difference.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Can I just say, we can all call Silly Barbapal too?
Yep.
No, I have his number. Right here. Because that is really getting our voice out there too for our seniors.
You have his phone number?
Yeah.
I mean, Carvajal, we reached out to him so many times. We met with his staff,
Yeah.
and he's put in like,
I know, but we
Lots
still
of-
get more.
yes.
We still get more.
they were sharing with us, his staff. They, from a 10 call they received, 9 of them is about what ceasefire. So he's not listening.
It's not.
He called his staff elected.
But we still have
His
to
staff
call.
doesn't even agree with him, but yes, please write the number if you can, if you can help you. Reach out to him.
I think you're right, that people on his staff don't even,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody know him in person, anybody?
Well, I don't know how much that helps anymore.
Do you, oh, not you, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. So, first of all, thank you, Caroline, for raising that question so that Helena could be introduced. Not that I'm, always going to obey the law, because that's not the case, but legally, as a church, we're not supposed to have campaign speeches, but I had nothing to do with that. We had a Muslim women bring you up to the front, and I feel pretty good.
It wasn't meant to be, but you can pin it on me.
I wasn't prepared for that.
See there?
Not planned.
Yeah, she wasn't planning to speak.
That's okay. We know what's happening. We have food that people have graciously brought and do not want to take back home. So Tanya, can you give us some instructions? Tanya's been for a while our go-to person as far as getting us to do this. Come on up, Tanya. No?
I have a teacher voice, so I can speak for it. Yeah, come eat some food. Give us a second, and we're gonna, we have pizza coming too, so, just give us a second, put it all out. Eat it all up, okay, and enjoy.
But don't leave after you eat, because you still need to come visit the altar. And again, if you want to come anytime between now and the 21st again, you're welcome to. We're here from 12 to 5 o'clock. You can bring offerings of flowers or herbs that we can add to the altar. And then also we're all volunteers and contributing our own funds to this, so you're able to contribute without us.
Thank you, Ana Rosa, and let me thank Mary Collective. Let me thank Beloved Community Church, Jesus Collective, for making sure that we are. I want to thank First Congregational Church, who made and will continue to make this space very affordable for us. I want to thank Way Collective, who also meets here on Wednesday nights, for setting everything up for the most part, except for the tech part. We're gonna get it fixed. We're glad for those of you who are on Zoom, and it's gonna get better. Sophia. Oh no, you need to say that.
Oh, no, you can. So, there is like a bedspread, like we put it out in the altar. If you guys could write a message on it, if you like to, because we want to wrap it and send it to Gaza, to the kids of Gaza. But we put it right there on the couch. If you feel like doing it, it would be deeply appreciated. Thank you.
Also, we also have material for you, those of you who are listening to the poem that Sarah spoke. She talked about kites, and there's
set an intention, offer a prayer, I have a chart here, a private message, however you wanna do it, if you're moved to post it on the wall, it's really like up to what moves you spiritually. And the jar is also there if you prefer to put it as a jar. So these will be available like for
Okay. We're here today because of love and eating with your siblings, your human siblings, is an expression of love. So take it in. Are we ready, Tonya?
Yeah.
We're ready. All right. I don't know how to do this.
Maybe say a little blessing for the food.
Would you come and do that? Come on.
Okay, I'm not gonna speak up anymore, that's me.
No.
Alright, let's do a blessing. Dear Mother Earth and Father Sky, thank you for the hands that planted the seeds to bring this food to the earth, for the hands that harvested it, and for the hands that prepared it for us to be nourished. Give us this time together to come in solidarity and love, that we may find strength in each other, and thank you for bringing us together in this beautiful space with these beautiful people. In your name, in Allah's name, we are together, we're stronger, we're moving forward, energized by all of this love that we have found today. Whew, amen.
Amen.
There you go. Now you finally got it.
I'm gonna save the chat. Where's chat? I don't see chat. Chat? Oh, there it is. Obviously. Okay.
I don't think it was that much.
You can save chat. All right.
Do you want to leave this running? The camera?
I don't know.
You want to put the music on or something? Oh, never mind.